sun has set. Le soleil s'est couché. Old pirates, yes, they robbed, sold to the merchant ship. Millions after they took out from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Virginie, comment ça va? Chante avec moi. Won't you help me sing the songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Yes, I say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing songs of freedom? Well, I get distracted there. Anyway, songs of freedom. I was listening to Kid Hops on the K, E to the X and the P today. And I was looking for a piece of paper because I was working on a painting. And what happened was I would get paint on the heel of my hand. I washed it off by now. And so I smudged it over the rest of the painting, so that was really sweet. So I went and searched for a piece of scratch paper, something with something printed on the other side, and look what I found. Isn't that coincidental? Isn't that synchronous? I found Redemption Song, a reggae song, while I was listening to reggae. So I thought that would be apropos for tonight's special Pride edition of the Electric Podcast. Am I sufficiently colorful? Am I sufficiently proud? Am I sufficiently spectral? Am I prismatic? So, yeah, sounds like someone is chaining a Cerebus in the hallway. But right here, so our update, this is what I call a test page, okay? So, I was working on another painting, I'll show you in just a second. And what I use is I have another page to test techniques out. And so, on this one, what I did was what I do is when it's time to clean the palette, if you don't have enough paint and you need to wash it out so you can start anew to mix the colors, what I do is you can either take the paint and flush it down the drain, or what I like to do is just kind of spread it out in an abstract manner on a page like this. So this is what I've begun to do. And here you can see, perhaps, using this collage technique. Where do we go here? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm pasting a bunch of different old book pages. I found these old books all around on top of each other because I'm creating a texture for another painting, which is sort of a wall, a damaged wall or a time-worn wall in Paris. So what I'm doing is I'm testing that technique on here. And what I did find is that I sometimes incorporate blueprint. I don't know if you can see it very well in this example, these diagonal lines here. The problem with the blueprint is that it tends to stick too much. So it was a good thing that I tested this so that I could know to abandon that and just simply use the old book pages. Good thing about the old book pages is that they're really brittle, especially the oldest and most yellow of pages. They're like they're really fragile. They just if you try to fold them, they're going to crack. And so that was fun. And all that to say is that previously I had been using a test page for a different painting where I was trying to create a street lamp, the glow around a street lamp. And so what I did was I had a page here. You can see here I was testing. I was trying to get spray paint to lay down like a street lamp. But then I found out that I liked the image that was in the background. It was abstract. And so what I decided to do was use this test page as the base for a painting. So I'm nearly done with this one. Look at that. I've got 1.5 flowers to finish, I would say. And, you know, it's like you just got to trust the process, okay? You can get, when you're doing a drawing or making a painting, Virginie, peut-être vous savez ça très bien, quand on travaille sur une toile ou quelque chose comme ça, peut-être parfois il y a un moment donné où nous sommes déprimés parce que notre sujet, notre peinture, notre image ne marche pas comme prévu. Mais si on continue, si on croit dans la technique, dans la circonstance, dans le processus, dans le, la manière à faire, la main d'œuvre, quoi, on continue et voilà, finalement, on aura quelque chose qui on aime, dans quelque façon, peut-être, on espère. En tout cas, au moins. So, you just keep continuing going and it's going to be finished. I worked on this one today. And also, what I'm doing is, see, it's a dense black background and I have to get these light colored flowers out. So what I'm doing is I'm mixing acrylic paint with gesso, which is sort of like a primer. It's almost exactly like a primer. I don't know what the difference between gesso and primer is. But the gesso is like, when you use primer to put it on bare wood before you paint it, and gesso you put on a bare canvas before you paint it. It's just sort of a medium that grabs onto the paint well. And so what I'm doing here is I'm mixing the gesso, the primer, with the pigment to make it more opaque. It was funny, I was looking at a photo today, and the problem is that you know, you'll have background elements bleed through if you don't make the image opaque enough. And so I was looking at one, there's a guy, he was doing these neoclassical paintings, and he did one of Lady Godiva. I can't remember his name now. He's got 3 names. He lived at, you know, he straddled the 19th and 20th centuries, and he has a painting of Lady Godiva. And so it's a you know, silhouette sort of view of Lady Godiva on a horse, but you know, the neoclassical style, real naturalistic, so to speak. And there was a castle in the background, so it's like she's riding into a stable, excuse me, a stable, and there was this feature in the background, and it was transparent, and that was exactly the same problem that I was coming up with. You could see that he had included this element of this. It was, I don't know, like some sort of a well pump or something like that. And you could see the background, the bright background surface of the ground shining transparently through it. So I'm not the only one, and don't feel bad if that happens to you either. It happens to the best of us. So anyone got any questions? How are you doing on this Pride? I think this is an appropriate song, redemption song, because you know, like a Pride I view as sort of like my girlfriend Tulsi would say, the spirit of aloha, or namaste, where you recognize the godliness in your fellow man. So I think this one's nice. This one is about struggle, redemption, freedom, all the things that we hope and wish for one another. So let me see if I can get through this without getting distracted, huh? Tablature's not correct yet. the merchant ship, and minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation, triumphantly. Won't you help me sing the songs of freedom? The chords aren't right either, because all I ever had. I don't know if it goes like that. It goes, because all I ever had, redemption song, redemption song. None but ourselves can free our minds. We have no fear for atomic energy pressure. Because none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? How long? Yes, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the won't you help me sing the songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption song, redemption song, redemption song, redemption song. Oh shit! I forgot. Tomorrow, we're having a art show, collective art show up on Montmartre. Donc si vous êtes à Paris, on va tous à 14 rue Burq. C'est un petit jardin, s'appelle Louise Weber, dite La Goulou, entre libre. Et il y a 15 peintres et photographes qui présenteront leur travail. En parallèle, musiciens, comédiens et danseuses se succéderont sur scène pour votre plus grand plaisir. Donc demain, midi, donc 12h30, jusqu'à 6h, 18h. Donc, d'accord. À demain, Montmartre, 14 rue Burq, midi et demi. À plus. Merci beaucoup et à demain. Ciao, bisous.